Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review Children of the Sea. Thanks to G-Kids, once again we are partnering up to do a giveaway so that you can win yourself Children of the Sea on home video. There is a giveaway link in the description, a bunch of simple stuff such as following them on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. You know the usual deal. You have until September 6th, so do not delay. Children of the Sea was originally going to be released in theaters, but so now we're here. But you know what? You do what you can. So G-Kids sent me a screener of this film early so that I can tell you what the heck this oh so wonderful film is about. Let me give you a little background information on this film. Children of the Sea is based off of a manga, and the film originally came out last year in Japan but is just now being released in the US. The soundtrack was composed by the oh so wonderful Chef's Kiss, Joe Hisaishi, and if that name does not sound familiar to you, he has done a majority of Studio Ghibli soundtracks, mainly basically every single film that Hayao Miyazaki has directed. So yeah, you know him. And the main theme for the film is actually done by the same guy who did my favorite Boku no Hero opening, Peace Sign. Don't fight with me on that. That's the best Boku no Hero opening, I'm just saying. Children of the Sea is a little bit hard to explain, but I shall do my best. We start off in a port town. Is it just me, or is a lot of anime films recently taking place in port towns? We follow our main character Ruka, a girl who is just starting her summer vacation and is off to, well, a very rough start. After getting kicked out of practice in whatever sports she's playing. I don't know, my friends and I were calling it basketball. It'll make more sense when you see it. Ruka doesn't want to go back home and stay with her drunken mom, so she decides to go over to her dad's job at the aquarium. Over at the aquarium, she runs into a boy named Umi, a guy who was raised in the ocean. He's staying over at the aquarium because they're doing research to see if they can extend his life. Since he was raised in the ocean, he doesn't exactly adapt too well to land. He can stay on land for a short period of time, but then his skin will dry up, and yeah, he starts burning. Like a Jersey girl in 85-degree weather. That's me, I'm the Jersey girl. He does have an older brother named Sora, and the two of them have a nice little friendship with Ruka. First off, this film is absolutely stunning. I was watching this with my friends and we could not believe how are they able to pull off some of these scenes. Like, how do you direct something like this? Especially when the plot gets more convoluted towards the second half of the film. We were just blown away. Like, how does someone think of something like this? Of course, this is based off of a manga, so they do have a bit of blueprints, but when you see the film, you'll see there's a lot of life to it. Umi's introduction alone gave me chills. There's a strange phenomenon with a whale popping up in different parts of the world, the most shocking part being the Hudson River. Now, if you're like me and you live near the Hudson River, you know that that is whack. But the whales and all the fish, the water is so stunning. There's a lot of detail too with the scenery. My God, just make sure you take a moment, maybe pause your video here and there, however you're watching this, and just look at all the detail. When characters are by a shop, walking through the town, you do get a lot of high angle views or bird eye views, so you get to see everything from above, and it's just like, wow! The fluidity too, the animation is just absolutely consistent throughout the entirety of the film. I wouldn't be surprised if this film took about 3 years to produce. Again, there's just a lot of detail, so I gotta give props to the art director, all the animators, the people who storyboarded this. Like, my God, you guys just really outdid yourselves. To my friends and I, the voice actors sounded rather familiar, but when we did some digging, they're actually pretty young with barely any roles under their belt, which is pretty cool since they're voicing kids, and the voice actors themselves are between the ages of 16 and 20. So you don't have a grown adult in their 30s who's a woman voicing 10-year-old boys. At least I think they're 10. Maybe they're 12. I don't know, they're all kind of short. As I mentioned briefly, the plot does get really convoluted in the second half of the film, so I do recommend watching this with a friend. I did watch this film twice, so really glad I watched it with a friend a second time, because I mean, of course we were still confused, but I at least got a slightly better understanding. We were even looking at Reddit reviews, and even Reddit didn't know what to say. This is one of those films that'll fill you up with wonder. It'll make you say wow multiple times, whether it be during the trippy stuff towards the end or when they're just going on a plain adventure in the first half. It's a wild ride. So once again, I gotta give a thank you to G Kids for partnering up with me. Once again, always a pleasure. You guys get 1,000 kisses from me. Make sure you participate in that giveaway so you and your boys can watch this movie together and see if you can figure out what the heck happened in the second half. Can someone tell me, please? I want to give a very special shout out to Giovanni Herrera for donating to my Patreon. If you'd like a very special shout out in the next video, stream, or what have you, then please click on the Patreon link in the description to donate, as well as links to my social media. I'm your female otaku. Sayonara.